Yo, what's up? Max here. I'm sitting here with 8-figure coach Andreas Baulig, my mentor, and we're gonna talk about how to make 8 figures as a coach, or your greatest insights from that. He's literally gonna share all his knowledge, and all of it gonna be exposed to you right now. Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom. The first important question is, so most people ask you, how did you first start making money online?
Well, it was back in 2013, and I met a guy online that was already making money as a coach, and he was doing his business in Brazil, teaching English as a foreign language, and he was making a bit money online. So I was like, I have to follow this guy, and I thought about what I could do, and being like 23 at this point in time, having no actual skill that is valuable for real life, I did some exercises and I found out that I could teach the only thing I knew back then, which was doing good grades in university. So I came up with a program after getting to know the German-speaking university market very well, and I started coaching other students on how to get better grades in university. And that's basically how I started. That's how I made my first money online. And ever since I moved from that, after I became successful, into marketing consulting, because I did a few $100,000 a year as a coach doing this student thing. And more people came to me, want to know how I did that. It was like even before Facebook ads and all that jazz. So that's basically how I got started.
Sick.
And it's a sweet journey since then.
Yeah.
Now I'm having like 37 employees together with my brother and a business partner. We're helping guys like you run the show, and it have been a sweet few years since 2012.
By the way, on a side note, I think it's really cool that you guys doing that as brothers, because I don't know many brothers that do business together. Yeah. I love that, and I think that makes it's one of the many things that makes it great. Yeah, that the two of you are brothers. Now, I'm pretty sure that most people watching this right now, they'd be asking, how long did it take you from zero to start earning your first money online?
Yeah, when I started, it took me like 6 months to make the first money, but I did it really step by step. Yeah, like every single step. So what I did first, I narrowed down on the niche. I really did all that you have to do, by the book. Like I did surveys. I talked to a lot of people, maybe like 100 students before I really got their problems nailed down. Yeah. And I really did my research, and then I came up with ways to solve their problems. Got a few first test clients that I worked one-on-one with for like really small amount, basically for a few $100 per person or so, and later I would be able to even charge like $2,000 or more per student that I was coaching. Of course, these were affluent students, And then I moved on to online courses, group coachings, and that's how I got started with all this, basically. But I did it by the book, and that's why it took me 6 months. And it was basically on my own. I was following a guy who's even figuring it out for himself at this point in time. Yeah. So if I, for example, would have the access and the knowledge I have right now for the same results, it would be 30 days. Because it's really easy today to make 4 figures a month. That's it's hard to avoid making money if you do the right steps, actually. So you have to really try to make less than 4 figures a month.
It really I've just recently said in one of the more recent videos, it's money almost grows on trees. Yeah. It almost at this point with all these changes that have been going on in the last couple of years with Web 2.0, how easy it is to reach clients online and to also deliver to your clients online. True. It almost grows on trees, and the only thing that is still very scarce is your own time, right? So don't waste your own damn time. Make sure you get in touch with the right people so you can get results fast. Now, how did you find your passion to do what you wanted to do?
I have a different approach to this whole passion thing. Like most people tell you, you have to follow your passion and money will come. And I believe if you follow a passion that is not bound to be marketable, it will first of all ruin your passion. Like let's just think if you would like you play guitar or bass.
Yeah. Guitar.
Just think you would do this all day, teaching
100%.
other people.
Yeah,
you would have fun.
I had the exact thought because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to
Yeah.
become a musician, and I practiced every day. And then I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I just want to play and have fun with it. It definitely ruined my passion for it.
So if you do it passion only, it might ruin the passion while you're not seeing results. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, what I found out is, because I did not have passion to teach how to achieve better grades. It's not like, oh, I wake up in the morning, that's my mission in life, teaching people how to get better grades in school. And but it was something I would be more efficient or effective at than other people, and I could teach it. So I was just like, okay, I can deliver value in that way. It's not my passion, but I'm good at it. So I would just be doing it for the money. I was young and I needed the money. Like I just in the beginning, I just wanted to get like 300 euros per month to get a better apartment
On the side,
and that was actually my only goal. Like make 300 a month. And
look where you're now.
300 a month, and now I'm 1.1 million a month. But the passion gets created. Like it turns into a passion once you see results. So what I found that in the beginning, for example, I wrote like 7 small blog articles, and I thought that was all my knowledge. That's all there is to achieving better grades, you know? And then I actually rolled it out to people, and they came up with more and more questions, more and more stuff that's easy to me. And I was like thinking, how the this is not common knowledge? Like, why is nobody just applying what I know? But it wasn't common knowledge. So I started to create more content, charge more for it over time. And then when you get money, you get feedback from your clients, it actually starts turning into a passion. And actually, like, I feel it's around 80% of all successful businesses I know don't get started out of passion, because the real problems that people solve in life, it's just some guy, for example, that is fed up with some stuff at his job, and he sees a better way, and he just founds a company to solve that problem for everybody. So it's not a passion, but it's more born out of hate in this situation. But it always turns into a passion once you see results. So you don't necessarily need to have a passion to start making money. And what usually happens, if you're just okay with a topic and you like talking about it, doesn't need to be your big thing in life, it can turn into a passion. And then that's when it gets like interesting. So I went from, for example, from 7 small blog articles to a whole magnus opus, like of thousands of hours of content or thousands of pages over time within a few years. And teaching 10,000s of people online. And then, in the beginning, for example, I did not have passion about business and marketing questions, but I had to solve them for myself. And out of that necessity, people came to me too. You know, they had to solve them too. I solved them already. So I was like handing out tips. Then I saw all these tips lead to great results. And then over time, I started charging for it, for more and more. Just acquaintances came over to ask me for questions. No, not like direct friends. But then I started charging for it, and lo and behold, it's another niche. I could do my money, and then lo and behold, it's even more profitable. And I saw results again, and passion came again. And now my biggest passion is actually to do marketing and business strategy, stuff I wasn't able to do before, actually. It's also self-taught in the past 7 years. And I just can say passion just comes from results. And so you don't necessarily be like super into it in the beginning, but just into it enough to bear through the first periods where it's hard. And then when you get money, when you get feedback from clients, you start feeling good about it eventually.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something we've been talking about on this channel so many times, and it was kind of the same for me too. I was the last person on this earth who was interested in running a business, let alone teaching how to run a business. For me, it was the most driest, boring ever task to do. And when I started my first business as a dating coach, all of a sudden people would also then they would like join my programs. And I'm like, so let's see your dating life. And they're like, no, I don't even want that. Teach me more about how to run a business. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just got more and more passionate the more I did it. It was so fascinating. I never thought that was possible. And this is, people always ask that too. It's like, how do I find my passion? How do I find my purpose? And I always say, look, do things. First of all, never wait for the passion to just come upon you. Start doing things. Ideally, start doing something lucrative. And then you'll literally see where your passion is. You'll find your passion and your purpose in the most uncommon places that you would have never, ever expected. But most importantly, Andreas, I'm pretty sure people will ask that now. How did the first million feel?
So the first million in total, first million I made took like 2.5 years or so. So yeah, it was hard. Like, of course, like didn't really feel it because you had like ongoing costs, business was scaling, and for me it was mostly driven by paid traffic at this point in time to get like to this levels, to several 100,000 per year. It's hard to only do it by creating content. And at some point you have to invest money to make money. But it didn't change too much. It just, in the beginning you just start to make the first 4 figures, supplementing maybe your main income you're having right now. Because for example, I was still working full-time as a programmer when I was already making the same amount of money online. So I was doing full-time work while I was making money online, working like 100 hours plus per week in total. So when I finally was able to quit the main job and say goodbye to the programming life, that was a heavy impact.
I didn't even know you did programming.
I studied business information technology, got a master degree.
I didn't know that. That's
and I can program, but I didn't need it ever. But now I need it again because I'm programming 6 now for my own company. I'm customizing CRMs.
That's amazing.
But I didn't need it for 4 years afterwards. So when I quit, that was the most game-changing experience. But at this point, for quitting in Germany with everything, with the tax situation there, and if you want to be like really safe, you should make like 8K at least a month or so. Because otherwise, you could just be regularly employed. So when I hit that level, I quit. That was the biggest impact. And afterwards, as soon as you earn like in Western Europe, like 5K net per month, it doesn't add much more to it because there's only so much stuff you can buy. You can always get, of course, you get bigger cars, get some funny watches, you can get better travels, better accommodations and stuff, but it doesn't change too much. So the biggest impact it had making more money was actually training a team, which then again gets you out of this self-employment. It's another job, basically. You're your own boss, but first it's another job. And then when you grow and you can actually train a team, develop leadership skills with your employees, then it becomes like an actual business. And then it completely changes your life where you get lots of freedom. And that's what it's all about. So the first million, if it was accumulated over like 2.5 to 3 years, felt normal, but now we're at a level where our consulting business is doing like 1 million euros net per month. Of course, I'm employing 37 people now. You have several 100,000 of payroll, but you're still making a decent 6-figure profit per month now. And that changes a lot. So now you can actually get all the toys if you want. But then doesn't make you happier than when I was like just doing the stuff on my own. I just have now more impact. So I get more feedback, I get more love from clients, I get more results. I'm actually like #1 guy in my whole niche in Germany now. So I'm actually the guy who's like, ahead of the curve. and now you can actually impact tens of thousands of people, and that's the crazy stuff now. It's not about the personal stuff anymore. Like you can drive anything you want.
Yeah.
It's not making you more happier. So yeah, the difference is the impact you have at this point, and the security, of course. I'm not losing sleep over being able to eat, of course, but I'm losing sleep over other topics. Like, okay, if I now make a mistake, it costs me like maybe 100 grand.
Yeah.
Like this. And if you make too many mistakes in a row, you have to think of your employees and stuff. So you have a lot more of responsibility now. But overall, it's a great experience. You have more impact. You can, develop other people. Make them like real leaders. Give them opportunities that they would never have in another situation. Yeah. And that's what's driving me now, to make an impact.
That's such a crazy point too. Like I remember when we started working together, you guys were like up and coming.
Yeah. And
now, not too long later, you guys are dominating your niche. Yeah. And you guys remember, that's so crazy because I literally watched Andreas and his brother literally devour this entire niche. Yeah. And really like every month you would just see like gigantic steps being taken towards, and it was really, really fascinating to watch.
Yeah, I guess when we started working, should be like 16, 18 months ago.
Yeah, something like that.
We were like 10 people. Yeah. Now we're like 37.
It's absolutely incredible. I see it too on your Instagram page. Yeah. The team pictures are like, you can't even see the faces properly anymore because so many people. Really, really amazing. And I agree with this. Well, like once you started hiring a team, and I remember we started, like this was our first office here in Kiev too. Yeah. And the first time I would just sit there and I would see like 2 or 3 of my employees just working. I'm like, wow. So if I go to the bathroom now and I come back, progress has been made. Yeah. Like it's crazy. Like, or if I like take something out of the fridge and drink Red Bull, there's still other people that are working on that and they're still delivering results to their clients. Really, really amazing stuff.
That's one thing. Like people may laugh about this coaching business, but it's an actual industry.
Of course.
And I really have to like think of the numbers, but it's like consulting in general or coaching in general, it's like a multi-billion-dollar industry worldwide.
So it's been growing too.
Yeah, it's been growing. In Germany, it's doubling every year. Like it's what I feel. You just have to be there, and you will double every year. Yeah. Just being present in the market, you will just double. You just have to keep your spot. Mm-hmm. So being the number one, next year it might even be double or triple the size. I don't know. But the thing is here, it's a serious business because consulting or service providing. It will just move from being an offline thing into an online thing. And it only goes with advantages that come with it. For example, you're no longer like bound to a brick and mortar store, having a practice somewhere. You can just do like video calls. That's what we're doing. That's why we're growing so fast. I have like 37 people, but all we do is do the regular consulting somebody else is doing offline, just from our not little space, we have like a 800 square meter big office now, but we just do it from an office. We're not driving to people. So actually we can charge the same price, but having less costs. Yeah. And we can deliver 3 times, we can cater to 3 times the same people in the same time, because we don't have to drive around or fly around. And that's actually why we're dominating, because our cost structure is super effective. Mm-hmm. And this will be disruptive to really traditional industries. So people might be laughing about us guys online on YouTube doing our shit here, but at the end of the day, within 10 years, they will either do the same stuff we're doing, or they get devoured, like you said it before, by up-and-coming companies like mine. Yeah. So this is going to happen. So if you now get in on the coaching consulting thing, if you have any skill that's even barely marketable, you will be able to pull off 8 figures each month. Yeah. Not 8 figures, 5 figures each month, sorry. And it's doable. That's just beginner results. After like within a few months up to half a year, anybody can make 5 figures a month doing coaching, consulting, and service providing.
The thing is too, like when people say like, oh, online, derp. Yo, remember when it was weird buying stuff online? Where it was weird to order a book online? You know, I remember ordering my first book online, I think it was like in the early 2000s. And I was like, like, oh, Dad, can I have the credit card so I can buy something online? He's like, oh, this is a scam. It's probably not even going to arrive. Like, you literally had to, it was like a 50-50 chance if the thing actually arrives. And nowadays, nobody goes to bookstores anymore because they all order books on Amazon, right? Same thing. You remember when it was creepy to meet someone, like a person online? Yeah. Like I remember meeting my first person from online from like Facebook, and it's like, oh, watch out to not get murdered. Nowadays, everybody like how many, like 80% of the so it's not an accurate number. 80% of the relationships out there have been made from Tinder. Yeah. It's completely normalized to do stuff online, and you see it go through all the industries, right? Yeah. And now it's exactly the same, like you said, with the coaching business, that there's so many traditional coaches out there that are doing stuff offline. It's not all being moved online, and in the next couple of years, it's just only going to grow bigger and bigger.
Yeah, totally true. For example, some of my clients are catering to really old school classical offline businesses like financial advising or selling insurance, and even those guys are generating their leads now online through Facebook chats and are doing Skype sessions or Zoom calls to advise people and close deals. So this is moving into the web. And even if you're not in the web, at least your lead generation happens online now. Yeah. So if you're not believing in this, you're missing out on one of the greatest gold mines that there will be. And for example, if you do like the numbers we're talking about with a service, it's almost all profit. It's like maybe 10-15% of it actual costs. Like maybe you rent an office sometimes, maybe you buy a new MacBook, maybe you, invest in nice clothing. But at the end of the day, it's almost all net profit. So, like even me, like doing $1 million per month now, I have a payroll of a few $100,000, a few ads, that's it. Yeah. So you get profit margins that are basically insane compared to all the other industries. Actually, I compared it to other industries. And the relative profit margins that we have in this industry is only beaten by one other industry, and that's pharmaceuticals. They have higher profit margins than coaches and consultants.
It's still a physical product, that's interesting. But so you see how much these pharmaceuticals.
So we're like next big thing next to pharmaceutical companies.
That's really incredible. Now, what are the biggest obstacles that you've been facing over that time?
Yeah, of course, like in 2013, and I'm still late. By 2013, your bros in the other dating company were like making money for 10 years or so already. That's true, yeah. So when I started out, it was before the Facebook ads. Now that Facebook ads are available and all these PPCs available, and YouTube is like super established, and there's even more platforms. Now it's easy to make money online because it's super easy to buy into the belief that it works, because you see the proof all over the place if you look at it. But back then, like because nobody was running ads, because there were no YouTube channels about it, you could not really believe in it first. So my biggest thing in the beginning was to actually start believing, then doing, because I couldn't find good information. And the German market was not developed. I had to look to the US. And even then it wasn't sure who was a scammer, who was actually legit. So today it's super easy. And back then nobody did those numbers I'm talking about here right now. But now everybody's doing them. So the market is ready. The market is ready, methods are tested. So all the problems I had back then are solved because guys like me talk about it, how to do it now. Of course, that's why we're making a ton of money now. But if your goal is just to make a living online, travel around, or just quit your day job that you're currently having, a 9-to-5 job, super easy. Like making 4 to 5 figures a month, self-employed, it's easy. It's super easy. Like with knowledge that we have, for example, it's hard. You actually have to beat money with a stick to make only such few money, It's hard to make less than 5 figures. Like it's super hard.
Go away.
So once you have access to this kind of knowledge, it's super easy.
Yeah.
So if you have the access and you're willing to execute, it's easy. And the second big thing is all the backlash you get from your environment, like your family and stuff like this. So that's the second part, but even that is handled now because the belief is there.
True
You can start on the side. You should not quit anything. You just do it on the side, make money first, then show it to other people that you're making money.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts to believe right away. As soon as the money flows, everybody's on your team. Until then, they all like, what you're wasting your time with.
I always believed you would make it, right?
Yeah.
But those are the people who always try to keep you from it first.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it feel to make the first 1 million? How did it feel to make the first 10 million? Any difference?
Difference is, like I said, it's the team now that is doing most of the heavy lifting, and my job is to coach my team. So I'm still like coaching a small amount of people, but these people are coaching our clients now. So I'm only working with the top tier of clients, like this guy here. And of course I'm working indirectly or in a group setup with most of my clients. Like we have, every day we onboard like 4 to 5 new people. I'm doing group calls, group coaching with those guys, but I'm doing mostly one-on-one just with the top tier of our clients, and I'm coaching my team one-on-one, which are even better in the special fields now. Because in my team, there's like PPC experts now, pay-per-click ads, for example. We have mindset coaches, we have clarity coaches, we have strategists, we have positioning experts. So I teach those guys, and of course those guys are doing the same stuff all day, which turns them into highly specialized people that can do my job even better than me now.
Yeah.
So my job is just to get the great picture, the bigger picture, and keep everything afloat somehow.
Nice. All right, so yeah, highly interesting stuff. Super grateful to be finally sharing this with people on YouTube here as well. Now, if people want to work together with you, is there anything they can do?
We're mostly working with German-speaking people. So we're in the German market. So if anybody is there and is already self-employed, already working as a coach, consultant, or service provider, they can talk to us. They will find me under my name, www.andreasbaulig.de. And so that's only for people already in business. Yeah, I'm not teaching beginners. That's for you to do. I'm not the guy for that. I'm only working with guys who are already established, already making money, and I amplify that. Basically, I'm an accelerating guy. So unless somebody's making $1 million per year, then we can talk about doing an English-speaking gig too. I'm open to that. But if you're a beginner just starting out who wants to like make the first 4 digits a month, for example, 4 to 5 figures within a few months as a coach, consultant, service provider. If you want to find out what's your offer, for example, what you could do, talk to Max and his team. That's what I can recommend.
Yep, nothing more to add. We'll put a link in the description down below. So again, if you want to become a successful coach, consultant, service provider, doing everything online, there's a link down in the description. You click that link, and on that link you can book a free consultation call with us, either with me personally or with an expert from my team. Now that's important, because if you click on that link, there's really good stuff written on the page. You need to read what's on that page, and then down below you can click the button to book your free consultation call. And that's especially important, like you said, if you already have a skill and you want to monetize it. You don't know how to monetize it yet, give us a call. But also, if you don't know quite yet what your potential strengths you have, give us a call. We can analyze your strengths. We can get you started, become a successful online coach, consultant, service provider. Really important though, this great interview here has been a complete waste of your time unless you take action. Okay, just derping around watching stuff on YouTube while you eat, while you commute, is not gonna make you free. It's not gonna make you become your own boss. You need to take action. A good way to take action now is to jump on a free consultation call with us. We'll help you get started. Andreas, thank you very much for having time out of your busy schedule. Thanks for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. GG.